When chaos rises, most people break. They panic. They overreact. They let emotions run their lives. But the few who rise above it, they master one rare art, staying calm under pressure. This audiobook is about that art. It's about emotional stillness when the world demands a reaction. It's about becoming the person who thinks clearly, speaks less, and moves only when necessary. By the end, you will learn how to control your emotions before they control you. You'll stop reacting to chaos and start responding with power. If you're ready to build unshakable composure, subscribe now, and let's begin the art of staying calm under pressure. Chapter 1. When you react, you lose power. When you react, you lose. When you stay calm, you win. Every emotional reaction costs energy. Every outburst drains your power. You think you're standing up for yourself, but really, you're giving someone else control over your state of mind. Every time you let anger, frustration, or ego decide your next move, you hand over your authority, you hand over your peace, you hand over your power. The truth is simple. Calm people aren't emotionless. They're disciplined. They've trained themselves to pause before they speak, to breathe before they move, to think before they decide. That's the real difference. You have a choice every single time. Pause before reacting. Observe before responding. Control before speaking. That's the key. You don't need their permission to stay calm. You don't need approval to be composed. You just need control. Over yourself, over your focus, over your energy. Think about it. In every heated argument, who wins? Not the one who shouts, not the one who storms out, the one who stays centered, the one who lets emotion pass, then speaks with clarity and intent. That's the person everyone listens to. That's the person who commands respect. Calmness is strength disguised as silence. Emotional control is intelligence in motion. The world is full of noise. People reacting, panicking, fighting for attention. Don't join them. Observe them, learn from them, then choose stillness. When you react, you lose. When you stay calm, you win every time. Train yourself to pause. Train yourself to see through chaos. That's how you rise above it. That's how you become untouchable. You've learned the cost of reaction. Now, let's talk about the foundation of real power, emotional control. Chapter 2. Emotional control is the ultimate strength. Control your emotions. Control your life. That's not a slogan. It's a law. Emotional control is the highest form of strength, not muscles. Not money, not titles. True strength is calm under fire. It's staying centered when others lose their minds. It's keeping your peace when you're provoked. That's what separates power from weakness. Anyone can look strong when life is easy, but strength isn't proven in comfort. It's revealed in chaos. When everything falls apart and you still move with clarity, you're operating on another level. You've trained your mind to stay stable while others crumble. That's what makes you powerful. Emotional control doesn't mean suppression. It means direction. You don't bury emotion. You master it. You decide when to use it, how to use it, and when to let it go. You have a choice. You always have a choice. When you stay calm, you see clearly. When you see clearly, you decide wisely. That's the key. You stop making emotional choices and start making intelligent ones. You don't need to win arguments. You need to win control. You don't need to prove strength. You need to demonstrate mastery. Control your emotions. Control your life. Say it again. Control your emotions. Control your life. Every time you resist the urge to react, you grow stronger. Every moment of restraint is a victory. It's not about ego, it's about discipline. It's not about domination, it's about direction. The world belongs to those who can think clearly when others can't. The calm mind leads, the emotional mind follows. You've learned that control is strength. Now it's time to learn the next step in mastery, the pause that separates reaction from power. Chapter 3. Learn to pause before you respond. Pause first, power second. That single moment, that breath between emotion and action, can change everything. One pause can save a relationship, one pause can protect your reputation, one pause can keep you from saying words you'll regret. A calm pause is not hesitation. It's mastery. It's the sign of someone who controls their emotions instead of being controlled by them. You have a choice, always, when emotion rises, when anger burns, when ego demands a reaction. Pause. That pause is your shield. That pause is your power. You don't owe anyone an instant reply. You don't have to meet chaos with chaos. The strong don't rush. The strong wait, observe, and then act with precision. The pause gives you vision. It lets the emotional fog clear so truth can appear. You stop reacting to words and start responding to reality. That's the key. You can't see clearly in a storm. You must wait for the wind to settle. The same rule applies to your emotions. Pause first, power second. In arguments, the one who pauses first wins. They see more, they think deeper, they decide better. While others speak to be heard, you stay silent to understand. That silence is strength. That calm is control. It's not about being slow. It's about being deliberate. It's not about holding back. It's about striking with clarity. You don't need to be first. You need to be right. Every pause strengthens your discipline. Every moment of restraint builds your foundation. The more you pause, the more powerful you become. You've learned how to pause. Now let's look at what happens when life tests that control, when pressure hits and reveals who you really are. Chapter 4. Pressure reveals what's real. Pressure doesn't break you, it reveals you. You don't really know who you are until life tests you, until something heavy sits on your shoulders, until the plan falls apart, and you have to choose between panic and patience. Pressure is the mirror that shows your true emotional foundation. Anyone can appear calm when life is smooth, but real composure shows up when everything shakes. That's the key. Pressure exposes truth. It strips away the mask, the image, the comfort. When you're under stress, your habits, your reactions, your mindset, all of it surfaces. If you've built yourself on ego, pressure will crush you. But if you've built yourself on discipline, pressure will refine you. You have a choice. When chaos hits, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this moment trying to teach me?" That question shifts everything. It turns pain into perspective. It turns frustration into focus. Every difficult moment is training. Every challenge is feedback. Pressure is not punishment. It's preparation. Pressure doesn't break you. It reveals you. Think of the strongest steel. It's forged in fire. Think of the calmest leaders. They've all faced storms. The difference isn't luck, it's control. They learn to breathe through chaos. They learn to think when others froze. That's mastery. That's real strength. Stop avoiding pressure. Start using it. Let it show you where you still lose control. Let it teach you where your emotions still run wild. That's where your growth begins. You grow when tested. You rise when challenged. You discover who you are when life applies weight. Pressure doesn't break you. It reveals you, and once you understand that truth, you stop fearing tests. You start welcoming them. You've seen how pressure reveals your core. Now, let's uncover one of the most powerful tools of calm control. The Art of Silence. Chapter 5. Silence is a superpower. Stay silent, stay superior. Silence isn't weakness. It's control. It's the calm within chaos. The person who can hold their tongue holds the power. In a world obsessed with noise, attention, and reaction, silence becomes rare, and rare things are valuable. The calm person speaks little but observes everything. They see what others miss because they're not distracted by their own voice. That's the key. Silence amplifies your influence. The more you speak, the more you reveal. The less you say, the more people lean in to hear. Silence makes people uncomfortable, and that discomfort exposes truth. When you stay silent in heated moments, you create space. In that space, others show you who they are. They reveal their intentions. They expose their emotions. You have a choice. You can rush to respond, or you can use silence to understand. One keeps you trapped in reaction, the other gives you control. Silence is not empty. It's full of observation, patience, and strategy. Every second you hold back your words, you gather information, you watch patterns, you learn what drives people, you see the world as it is, not as emotion paints it. Stay silent, stay superior. When someone tries to provoke you, silence destroys their control. When someone argues for attention, silence denies them power. You don't need to prove your strength. Your composure does that for you. Real leaders don't shout. They listen, they study. They speak with precision, and only when necessary. It's not about being cold, it's about being calculated. It's not about fear, it's about focus. Use silence as your weapon, use it as your armor, because the person who can stay quiet in chaos wins in calm. You've mastered silence. Now let's talk about the force that sustains it: discipline. Chapter 6. Emotional discipline beats motivation. Train your calm, don't wait for it. Motivation comes and goes. It's a spark, bright for a moment, gone the next. But discipline? Discipline is the fire that never dies. Emotional discipline is what keeps you steady when motivation disappears, because calmness isn't a mood. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows only through repetition, resistance, and routine. You have a choice. You can wait for the perfect mood, or you can train your mind to stay calm in any condition. Motivation asks, "Do I feel like it?" Discipline says, "Do it anyway." That's the difference. Motivation reacts to emotion. Discipline commands emotion. That's the key. Calmness is not a gift. It's a practice. You build it by training your reactions every day. When you feel anger rise, breathe instead. When you feel anxiety build, journal instead. When you feel the urge to react, detach instead. Those are your emotional rituals, the habits that keep you grounded when the world tries to shake you. Train your calm, don't wait for it. Start small, one deep breath before you reply, one pause before you decide, one moment of reflection before you speak. Each act of control strengthens the next. Over time, your mind stops looking for calm. It becomes calm. That's emotional discipline. That's mastery. It's not about feeling powerful. It's about being consistent. It's not about chasing control. It's about creating it through habit. Every day you practice emotional discipline, you build mental armor. Every time you choose control over impulse, you harden your foundation. Train your calm. Don't wait for it, because emotion will test you, pressure will test you, life will test you. You've learned to train your calm. Now it's time to go deeper, to master the art of letting go. Chapter 7. The Power of Detachment. Detach to see, see to understand, understand to stay calm. Detachment is not coldness. It's not apathy. it's mastery, it's the ability to stay involved without being consumed, to care deeply, but correctly. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. When you detach from the need to control everything, you begin to control yourself, and that's where real power begins. The problem is that most people chase outcomes, they chase approval, they chase perfection. And every time the outcome doesn't go their way, their emotions collapse. That's not strength, that's dependency. The moment your peace depends on results, you've already lost control. Detachment breaks that chain. You have a choice. You can chase, or you can observe. The detached mind observes. It watches things unfold without panic. It sees clearly because it's not blinded by desire. When you stop chasing outcomes and start observing them, your decisions become cleaner. You stop reacting to every win and loss, and you start acting from clarity and purpose. That's the key. Detach to see, see to understand, understand to stay calm. Detachment sharpens your vision. It removes emotional fog. You stop taking everything personally. You stop letting small moments ruin big days. You stop fighting for control over what was never yours to begin with. You begin to see that peace isn't found in outcomes. It's found in perspective. It's not about giving up. It's about letting go of the illusion that control over others or circumstances equals power. It doesn't. Control over yourself does. Detach to see, see to understand, understand to stay calm. You've learned how detachment frees the mind. Now let's explore how it protects you from manipulation, from those who feed off your reactions. Chapter 8. Stay calm, even when they try to control you. They can't control you if you control your reaction. Manipulators don't need power. They borrow yours. They feed on your emotions, your reactions, your energy. Every time you get angry, defensive, or desperate to explain yourself, they win. Every time you stay calm, they lose control. Your silence, your composure, your stillness, that's what exposes them. That's the key. Manipulators thrive on emotional reactions. They push buttons to see if you'll break. They create guilt to make you comply. They use fear to keep you small. But here's the truth. No one can pull your strings if you refuse to dance. The calm mind is untouchable. The calm mind can't be baited. You have a choice. When someone tries to trigger you, pause. Don't react. Observe. Watch their patterns. Listen to their tone. Ask yourself, what are they trying to make me feel right now? Once you see the trap, you're free from it. Emotional awareness is your armor. They can't control you if you control your reaction. When you respond with calm, you throw manipulators off balance. They expect chaos. You give them peace. They expect weakness. You give them silence. They expect guilt. You give them clarity. That's how you reclaim power without ever raising your voice. It's not about fighting back louder. It's about not playing their game at all. Calmness is your rebellion. Emotional control is your weapon. The one who controls the energy of the room controls the outcome. They can't control you if you control your reaction. Remember that every time someone tries to pull you into emotional warfare, you've learned to protect your peace from manipulation. Now it's time to elevate your perception, to move from reacting to observing everything around you. Chapter 9. Build a mind that observes, not absorbs. Observe everything, absorb nothing. That's how calm people move through chaos. They don't carry every word, every insult, every bit of negativity on their shoulders. They watch it, learn from it, and let it pass. They don't internalize poison. They study it. That's why they stay balanced while others drown in emotional noise. You have a choice. You can absorb what the world throws at you, or you can observe it and stay untouched. Most people absorb everything. Every opinion, every criticism, every ounce of drama. They let the energy of others dictate their state of mind. But calm people? They don't take it personally. They step back, they look at it from a distance. They ask, is this worth my energy? Most of the time, the answer is no. Observe everything, absorb nothing. Creating mental distance is not disconnection. It's protection. Not everything deserves your emotional investment. When you react to every problem, you become the problem. When you absorb every emotion, you lose clarity. Observation allows you to stay in control while still being aware. You see the storm, but you don't let it pull you in. You see the noise, but you choose silence. That's the key. Start practicing emotional filtering. When negativity enters your space, ask, does this belong to me? If not, let it go. Don't absorb it. Let it pass through you, not into you. You protect your mind the same way you protect your home, by locking the door. Observe everything, absorb nothing. When you learn to watch instead of absorb, you conserve power, you stay grounded, you stay free, you stop living in reaction and start living in awareness. You've learned to observe without absorbing. Now it's time to reach the highest level of control, to remain calm in every storm. Chapter 10. Be the eye of the storm. Be the calm in every storm. That's the mark of true mastery, not running from chaos, but standing in it, unmoved and clear. The world will test you. People will challenge you. Life will throw confusion, pressure, and pain your way. But you are not here to avoid the storm. You are here to become the eye of it, still, centered, and powerful. Most people spend their lives chasing peace by escaping pressure. They think calm exists somewhere else, after success, after validation, after control. But peace doesn't come from what's outside you. It comes from what's inside you. The storm around you doesn't matter when your inner stillness is stronger than the noise outside. That's the key. You have a choice. You can be tossed around by the wind, or you can become the anchor that holds. You can react to every wave, or you can rise above it with calm certainty. Chaos doesn't define you, your response does. And when your response is stillness, you become untouchable. Be the calm in every storm. Train yourself to return to center no matter what happens. When someone attacks you, stay grounded. When life shakes your plans, breathe deeper. When everything feels uncertain, remember, you are not the storm, you are the eye. The still point that nothing can move. Inner stillness is not passive, it's power under control. It's energy disciplined, emotion mastered, perception sharpened. You no longer get lost in the noise. You become the silence that commands it. Be the calm in every storm. Because storms will come. People will test you. Pressure will rise. But if your mind remains still, nothing can shake you. You've mastered the storm. You've mastered yourself. Now, step fully into your strength, calm, clear, and untouchable. Conclusion: control your emotions, control your world. Calm is not something you find, it's something you build. Every pause, every deep breath, every choice not to react is a brick in your fortress of control. The world will always test you. People will always provoke you. But your reaction, that's your power. So from this moment forward, train your calm. Guard your peace. Be the person who can stand still when others fall apart. And remember, when you control your emotions, you control your world.